Hi everyone. This video is a quick introduction to our course as well as the website and the instructor. So my name is Kalin Dimitrov and my office is main building 201 this semester. The best way to get in touch with me is by email, so I'm really very prompt in responding to email messages. For the office hours, I am redirecting you to the syllabus. We'll take a look at the syllabus in just a second. Um, the textbook that we'll be using it's a recommended textbook, which means I'm not going to force you to buy it, and it will be available on reserve at the library, which means you can use it there. You cannot check it out, but you can use it at the library, and it's they're probably going to have sufficient copies at the bookstore as well. I have to look into this. I've heard that the bookstore offers a renting service, so you don't have to buy the book and you can just rent it out at a cost. So take a look at our website. Once you log into aubg.instructure.com, in your list of courses, you're going to be able to see INF 240 website development. Currently it's not available yet. I'm going to publish it on Monday the 31st of August, so this is probably when you're going to be able to see it. When you click on it, again, I'm still working on it, so there's some things that are going to change. Let me switch to student view. So currently here's what I have. Here's what I was going to be able to see if I were a student. The home page actually takes you to the list of modules. The list of modules is the most important page on the website because it's going to have a link to everything in the course. Okay, so the assignments and quizzes are shortcuts that take you to the list of assignments, and we don't actually have quizzes in this class, but we've got a couple of tests, the midterm exam and the final exam. As soon as I have dates for them, they're going to show up here, but they're also going to show up in the list of modules. That's why I'm saying that the modules are the most important web page. Right now, the only assignment that I've already set up is our course project, so that's the reason why I can only see that here. Okay, back to my modules. I got one with information about the course. If you click on contact info, you're going to see a photo of myself along with a reminder about my email address and my office location this term. I'm going to be there for a couple of hours on Mondays and Thursdays, and you can either come see me face to face if you're one of the regular students, if you're not an online student. If you do so, please wear a mask or at least bring one with you, and we can also communicate via Zoom and email as well. So if you're an online student and you need to see me outside of class for some reason, please let me know. I'm going to have active conference sessions in Zoom throughout the whole time, but I'll have to figure out a way to indicate whether I'm busy with someone or available. All right, so let me back out of here. The syllabus. If you click on that link, you're going to get redirected to the doc version of the syllabus. It's a little bit easier if you just click on the left hand side here. There's a syllabus link. Click on that. So I've updated it with several important items. Okay, so here again is a reminder of my office hours. If for some reason you need to see me outside of class and you can't make it during those times, I'll be happy to work out an arrangement with you so we can talk via Zoom some other time or some other day. So the syllabus has a course description. I've got that in my PowerPoint. So I'd like to talk about that as soon as I get back to my PowerPoint presentation. The list of learning objectives, I'll let you peruse those on your own. Probably the most important part for you, because you'll be coming back to this, is the course schedule. There's a slight chance some things may change here. There's a very small chance, and if they do, like for example the due date for an assignment, I'll make sure that I promptly communicate that to you. through Canvas, through email, and in class. So the course schedule or the course outline is going to show you what topics we'll try to cover on a weekly basis. Again, I'm not going to read all of those for you. You can do that on your own, and you can let me know if you've got any questions. Basically, we'll try and learn this semester how to program in HTML. It's not a programming language per se, it's a markup language. It's gonna Once we learn the basics of it, we'll be able to create content for the web. We'll be able to create web pages. The CSS, the cascading style sheets, complements HTML nicely in that it allows you to provide styling for your web pages. So we're going to use that and the tricks that the tricks in its toolbox to help us style our web pages. And then we're also going to spend time with some of the more advanced, newer features. We'll talk about good web page design, bad web page design, and in the end, we'll also talk about JavaScript. So JavaScript lets you make your web pages more dynamic. It adds functionality to them. We'll spend on this 1 or maybe 2 weeks. We'll see how much time we have. At the very end, last week of classes, we're going to have project presentations. I'll talk about those in a few moments, but there were a lot of fun last term. So everybody will get a chance to briefly present what they did for the course project. And then the final exam. The recommended textbook, like I said, it's going to be available in the library and at the bookstore. If you come to class regularly, if you take notes, if you watch the videos and read the PowerPoints, and you make sense out of everything that you see, chances are you may not even need the book. Every time I've got an exercise for you or an assignment, I'm going to try and spell it out for you in class and on the website. I'm never going to send you to a particular web page of the textbook. All right. So the grading components, we will have a midterm exam and a final exam. So there's only 2 tests. We will have 6 smaller homework assignments. These are, they're lab assignments. You can work on these at home or in class or both, and I'm going to be helping you out with your work on these. And then you have an individual course project, which is like a larger homework assignment that you do on your own. And it is important for you to try and meet all the due dates and participate in class. So there's also a component in the grade dedicated to that. The standard grading scale, you're probably very familiar with it already. It basically describes what's an A, what's a B, a C, and so on. Now this is new here. Okay, from this point on, everything in the syllabus is brand new. It has been created by our department and the university. It's a set of policies that correspond to the current situation. So with the way that we offer classes now, hybrid online classes on ground, with everything that has changed, these policies have been revamped to ensure they're more accurately meet our needs and those of the students. I will let you read through these. They basically tell you that you need to be in class, that you need to follow certain digital protocols. You're expected to have a computer with a microphone and a webcam and a decent internet connection. You should not try and cheat on your work. Your work should be yours and yours alone, etc. I do want to say that I'm not going to be probably following all of these policies very closely because I'll be looking at whenever there's a situation that needs to be resolved. I'm going to do that on a case-by-case basis. So if you do end up missing a deadline, I'll make a decision on how to proceed based on when you communicate that to me and how you communicate it, and I'm going to do my best to accommodate you. Okay, if you have any special needs, please do let me know so we can work those out as early as possible. Um, Also, do note that, like I said, there may be one or two things that could change in the syllabus. Should that occur, I will promptly let you know in email as well as on Canvas. So back to, well, just one more second here with the class attendance. Um, the way I'm going to approach this, if you um, really keep up with the rest of the class, you do all the work you're supposed to, um, and you don't really have a problem with the new material that has been presented, should you miss class, I don't really plan on holding that against you. After all, the purpose of your being in class is to learn the new stuff, and if you are doing that successfully, then chances are I'm going to be relatively lenient here. Now, the only time I have a problem with your missing class is if you fall behind, if you don't learn anything, if you don't do any of the assignments, and you show up a week or two after you have disappeared, and you tell me, "Look, I know we did something. I'm ready to start learning. Let's go back and let's start over." That's the only time when I'm actually gonna look into these policies, and you may be penalized for missing class. Okay, that's the syllabus. I'm sure you have some questions. I'll be happy to answer when I see you online and in class. Um, Let me back out here to the list of modules. I do have the course project. I'm not sure it's accessible yet. I'd like to talk about that in class once we get 1 or 2 weeks into the semester. But in a nutshell, what this is it's a larger homework assignment that will ask you to do a bit more than what you do in your homework assignments. And I'll be explaining all of these requirements. I have set a due date for this, the last possible day before the project presentations. So you should have plenty of time to work on this and not feel stressed about it. Okay, but like I said, I'll be happy to talk more about this as soon as we get into the semester and things start rolling. The optional software folder right now really has just one single item. I'm going to start adding stuff here that I think may come in handy and you may find useful, but none of it is going to be mandatory, so you don't have to use any of this if you don't want to. It's just like a resources folder that I'll keep adding stuff to. And then right now I've started working on the week 1 module. I've got a bunch of stuff here that's currently invisible, but I will share that in a few days. Every week I'll probably have PowerPoint presentations along with some videos to help you with those presentations. And of course we're going to have quite a few exercises. They're going to show up in here as well. The exercises that are not graded I will post their solutions as well eventually. So I'll let you work on those in class. I'll be working with you on those. And as soon as we're done, we'll post these solutions here as well for those of you that have missed class. Underneath the home link, there's a Zoom link, which is new this semester. So all of our classes, well, it's an on-ground class, so everyone who is regularly signed up for it is going to be admitted into the classroom. We meet in, if memory serves, main building room number 2. Yeah, main building room number 2 on Mondays and Thursdays between 2:10 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. But we have quite a few online students as well. So while we're in class, I'm going to have to also have these live Zoom conferences for everyone who is not in the room, and I will try and assist everyone, both the people that are in the room as well as those who are online, with whatever I'm covering in the class or with any questions or issues people might have. Okay, so we'll see how that works out. It's the first time we're doing this. All these sessions are going to get recorded, so if you do miss one, you should be able to go back and view it at your leisure. These are separate from the videos that I'm creating covering the course material. Okay, this is just our meetings in the classroom. Okay, we looked at the modules, we looked at the syllabus, and like I said, assignments and quizzes are just shortcuts. The grades link, I need to set up the gradebook. I don't think it's finished yet, but I'm going to use this as a reporting feature. So every time there's a new grade that you need to know about, and I do update it very, very promptly. I'll update the gradebook and you'll know about it. So this is going to let you know, okay, gradebook has been updated. Here's your new grade. And we'll be able to communicate about those grades through the gradebook as well. I'll be using Microsoft Excel to figure out the final grade, but this works as well. So I'll be using both. So that's where the gradebook is. And then the people link is where you can find everyone else in class. It's an incomplete list right now because I think we got a couple of students who are waitlisted that I have admitted into the class. But from here you can see who comes to class, who is online, and you can send messages to other people. Once I start adding announcements, that will show up as well, up here at the top probably. And we'll see about discussions. I haven't decided about that yet. So this is our website, aubginstructure.com. This is where you'll find the course. And everything I go over in class will be posted in here as well. Okay, let me leave the student view here and go back to my PowerPoint. Okay, a description. Our class is, like I said earlier, going to teach you how to create great looking web pages that are well styled and that are dynamically created as well, if necessary. So we're going to look at the various technologies that make up website development. We're going to look at the history and we're going to look at the future as well. So some of those technologies include HTML along with everything that's new in HTML5. Things like, for example, Canvas and SVG. Two really great tools for creating graphics and animations. CSS along with the new features available in CSS3 for creating the styling for our web pages. JavaScript, multimedia, things like how we add audio and video without the need for plugins. So there's quite a few things we're going to look at this semester and we'll learn how to do. But the main focus again is on HTML and CSS. The next slide really just mentions the fact that we will have homework assignments, labs that we work on, or exercises that we work on in class, as well as a couple of tests. And the outline slide simply spells that out again in a more detailed manner. So we'll talk about structure, we'll talk about audio and video, including things like how to create a basic interactive game, for example, and how to jazz up our web pages with everything that the CSS3 toolbox offers. Text manipulation, another big thing we will take a look at, formatting columns, changing the fonts, etc. Web forms, one of my favorite topics, so we'll take a look at how to create nice looking functional web forms and what responsive design is, and how important it is for us to keep in mind what our website is going to look like in different web browsers as well as on different types of devices, mobile devices, desktop computers, laptops, etc. The class project, I did mention that it's again, probably I should add, for the final week our project presentations are relatively short, 5 to 15 minute presentations that could either be live, you just use Zoom and you present your work to us, or you can pre-record the whole thing as a video and just upload that. So some people who are shy about live presentations might prefer this. Last semester about 1/3 of my classes did videos and 2/3 did the live presentations. Your topics, This term, you're free to choose any topic that you like, anything that you're passionate about. I'm only just asking that you please share your topics with me so I know what you are going to be writing about before you do so. Um, the homework assignments were initially designed to be teamwork based. This has had to change because of the current circumstances and the fact that we'll either have to wear masks when we're close to each other, which is very, very inconvenient and doesn't really work well at all, especially for the people who are online and trying to hear what we're saying in the classroom, or that we stay apart, 2 meters away from each other. So this practically makes it impossible for us to work in teams. And so this term, the homework, the lab assignments, homework assignments are going to be individual based, and I'll probably revise them slightly so that they present a slightly lower load than they did last term. So it's just easier to work in a team if the team is well organized because you can split the work. If you're working on your own, well, you got to do all the work. So I'll keep that in mind when I come up with assignment topics, as well as when I'm grading them. And this is just a really uh, short summary of all the policies that are in the syllabus. Attendance, exams. There are only 2 exams, the final exam and the midterm exam. Please do your best not to miss the midterm exam. That said, I do understand that sometimes there may be circumstances that could force you to miss the due date. In that case, just please stay in touch with me, and we'll try and work it out. I'll try to come up with a solution that works for both you and I. Academic honesty. So, really, just a summary of what's in the syllabus. And again, just a really short summary of the Code of Ethics. I'd advise you to please take the time to read through the policies on the syllabus and to let me know if you have any questions about it. Thanks very much for watching.